Conservative leader Stephen Harper promised help for the manufacturing sector in a city hit hard by outsourcing and factory closures.
And our economy is also fragile. It needs careful management. It needs careful protection.
But Harper's promised $100 million innovation fund wouldn't be available until 2017. Too late for these auto workers who've seen their jobs disappear.
Stephen Harper's got to go.
We had a plant here, GM, that had thousands of workers. It's gone. Where was he then? And now he comes at election time to ask for our vote. That's a lot of nerve.
And they fear more jobs will vanish if Harper signs the controversial Trans-Pacific Partnership when the closed-door negotiations resume.
He's signing all these free trade agreements that none of us know what's even in them, right? And we find out later on when we start to lose jobs and when wages and stuff go down.
The TPP involves a dozen countries, including Canada, the U.S., Japan, and Australia. It would create the world's largest free trade zone with access to growing economies in the Pacific Rim.
It hasn't been great.
Harper says the benefits would be enormous, but in last week's Globe and Mail Leaders debate, he suggested the industry should brace for concessions.
And what I say to the auto sector in particular, I'm not suggesting they will necessarily like everything that is in that.
Today, more hints. Other industries are also at risk.
In terms of the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations, those continue. There is difficult discussions on a whole bunch of sectors.
Canada's auto parts industry would be especially vulnerable when exposed to cheaper foreign competition.
There's roughly 80,000 workers there. That's a fair clout. The problem is, you know what? The stakes for the Trans-Pacific Partnership are absolutely massive.
The Liberals support the deal, but blast the government's secret negotiations, concerns echoed by the NDP.
And when I hear him say that the auto parts sector might not be happy with the results of the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiation, which is taking place right in the middle of an election campaign, which is a problem in and of itself.
Now, trade negotiations are set to resume in the U.S. next week, but a deal isn't expected to be reached until after the federal election. Sandy.
CTV's Richard Madden. Thank you, Richard.